Alright guys, let's take a quick look at PENGU here on the channel once again. Now, I want to point out that right now, on a 4-hour time frame, we still have almost 2 hours on this candle, but we're getting kind of a solid red candle, although it looks like it might catch support here on the 4-hour support. So, let's see what happens in the next couple of hours. If we can hold this, that would be good. We do have to seal at least a 4-hour candle above this line and hold it. Now we did the other day seal this candle, but the next candle was red, deep red, and we still got another red candle before getting a bounce. Now let's see what happens here. We do need to come down and retest this, and it hasn't really done that yet because it just broke really quickly up. And it looks like it just wants to come down and retest, you know, basically like it did here. It tested it, held it, but then the next test failed greatly. So let's see what happens. Now on the daily time frame, let's look at this. If we seal a candle above basically let's say 4.1 cents, that can also signal we're going to get some continuation. But yeah, I would like to seal a candle at least on a 4-hour time frame up here too, and that would be even more, you know, it would give me more conviction that this is going to continue even further to the upside. Now, taking a look at this on a long term, which, you know, I'm talking about really a few days, you do see that PENGU is just making higher lows. So you can see here, I'm kind of drawing it with my mouse here. But yeah, it is kind of just following a trend line, basically from its low. If we put this like this, now it did have a slight deviation the other day on basically the last day of the year. Maybe on the 30th also, you can say it kind of broke below. But for the most part, guys, this has been following this trend line and working its way up. Now I do believe it is going to shoot up at one of these points. We could put a volume like profile on this. So let's see. Let's take a look real quick. And yeah, so this is getting to a point now where basically, yeah, I mean, if it gets above this little node here, you know, this blue line, there's a little bit of volume here, but at about 4.5 cents, the volume drops off greatly. So yeah, you can see there's very little up here. I think it's just really got to get above about 4.5. It's got to start sealing 4-hour candles, daily candles above that point, and pretty much it's going to be home free, guys. That's pretty much blue skies, even though, like I said, I sold this at 6.6 cents. But there's not a lot of volume up there, guys. So let's see what happens. Now, if we look at the RSI, I want to take a look at this real quick. And yeah, on a daily time frame, this is just starting to print the RSI. Although it's in normal territory, it is going up. So that is good. Now, Stochastic RSI hasn't even started to print yet. On the 4-hour time frame, it does look like it wants to cool down. And these are pointed to the downside. So, you know, maybe this is kind of what we can call midterm for PENGU, since it's, you know, pretty new. So in the midterm, it might slow down a little bit. On an hourly time frame, basically it's oversold on the Stochastic RSI. The RSI here is in pretty much neutral territory, right in the middle. Looks like it might want to curve up, though. So that's okay. Now the 15-minute time frame I normally wouldn't look at on other cryptos, but since PENGU is so new, I mean, it's kind of relevant. But yeah, really oversold on Stochastic RSI. The RSI has actually hit the low down here, and it looks like it's going to bounce up. So probably in the very short term, you're going to see PENGU bounce. Now it is, yeah, it's getting a little bit of a green candle right now, you know, because it just started this candle like 3 minutes ago. And yeah, so short term, really, really short term, I do believe we're going to get that bounce. Now in the midterm, we're talking about the 4-hour time frames and things. Might see a little bit of a cool off, but yeah, like I said, on the daily time frame, guys, this is probably going to continue up for a while. Alright, now taking a quick look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, guys, you can see it's been riding this trend line for the most part. There was a small deviation here maybe, but for the most part, guys, it has been riding it and getting bounces. Now, if we look at this, I think we can see that a flag is forming here, at least on the hourly. Now, I've drawn this for you before this video started, and basically it is starting to fall below this flag. Now, there's still time. There's still 12.5 minutes on this candle. We kind of got to see how this plays out. Maybe I have to redraw the flag a little bit, but I have a feeling this is probably going to hold and go back up and stay within this flag at least for, you know, maybe another hour or two. And then we're going to see a breakout. Now, the breakout target, guys, would be, let me show you. If we take the bottom of this flag here, and yeah, I'm going to show you basically if it touched here, the target is actually sitting at about 105,500, guys. So let's see how this plays out. We may get a little bit of a wick more and then a bounce up. And we may stay here for another hour or two, but I do have a feeling this is going to break out in the next couple of hours. Now, if it breaks down to the downside, guys, here's the other thing. If it breaks down, then you're going to see a target all the way down back to 98,500. So that's the flip side of the coin, basically, when it comes to these flags. But I have a feeling that it's going to be more bullish than bearish. So let's just put this back here. And yeah, guys, I truly believe we're probably going to go up to 105,500 shortly. But keep in mind, there's a resistance right here at 104,500. And it's a weekly resistance. So we have to close a weekly candle above that to make this support. But anyways, guys, Bitcoin is looking much better, I have to say, than it did yesterday and the day before that. Of course, you know, Bitcoin, if I put this on a daily time frame, you know, you can see there's been, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th day we've had green candles. So really nice to see. You know, I was getting a little bit worried, honestly, about Bitcoin when it was dropping down here. I mean, if we would have lost this 91.1, we would have, you know, not had support basically all the way until like 71.3, guys. So yeah, I was starting to get a little bit worried that we might, you know, break down and go fill the CME gap down here at like 76,000. I believe it was somewhere around here. And anyways, it doesn't look like we're going to do that. Never say never, though. I mean, in a bear market, yeah, we probably will come down and fill it. Looking at Ethereum now, on a daily time frame, guys, it does look like it's going to break this, what, 70, not 76, I'm thinking about Bitcoin, but the 3652 resistance here. Now, it did, you know, go a lot higher today. It was at 37.44. So yeah, I mean, it was about what, $70 higher than it is at the moment. But as long as we can start, you know, sealing candles above this line, you know, the longer the time frame, the better. Now, again, this is a weekly support, so we need to close the candle from Sunday to Monday above this, and then that would be the right time frame really to look at this. But, you know, sealing a daily candle, that's a start, guys. You know, then sealing a 2-day candle, 3-day candle. So we are working our way back, you know, back up here with Ethereum. And if I put this on a 4-hour time frame, let's see if I can kind of see some pattern. Now, this is kind of a rising wedge. Now, usually these rising wedges tend to break down. So not really the best thing, I think. But yeah, I mean, it does have support, like I said, right here at 36.52. Let's see if it can hold it. But yeah, Ethereum, is starting to look much stronger. It's starting to make higher lows. You can see the low is down here, and we have another low here, then we have another higher low here. So yeah, we have two higher lows in a row now. Let's see if we can take out this local high around what, $4,000. And yeah, if we can do that, guys, we'll probably come down again, make another higher low, and just continue, guys, continue up. But yeah, taking a look at the crypto total market cap, guys, pretty much we're at 3.5 trillion. This is a 4-hour time frame, keep in mind, by the way. So we were floating around the 3.44, 3.42 range for a while here, 3.4 basically. And we did get quite a bounce today, and we still have resistance up here at 3.62 trillion. And there's really nothing to stop us, until we get there. Now, keep in mind, I've only marked off weekly resistances here. Of course, there might be some daily resistances along the way, but I don't think it's so important to mark off those resistances when we're talking about market caps. Now, taking a look at the market cap excluding Bitcoin, pretty much the same thing. We're working our way up. We were kind of around the 1.46, 1.47, range for quite a while here. And yeah, we did break as high as about 1.51. We're starting to come down a little bit now, but I do feel we're probably going to bottom out here and start working our way back up again. We do have a resistance up here at 1.55 trillion. And yeah, let's see how quick we can get there. Now, the dominance, guys, this is what I'm mainly worried about right now when it comes, to alts. And basically, we are starting to break upwards again. You can see it here, guys. And, we have this resistance, and it's been broken a couple of times already. Now, it looked like on Saturday we were going to lose the 56.9% dominance. Now, somehow it made its way back up and even went back through this resistance here, this trend line. And right now, you can see that the dominance is actually working on breaking 57.55 once again. So, not really good, in my opinion. Altcoin holders don't like to see this. And, but again, if we look at this on a longer, time frame, guys, basically from the top here. So here we have, the high, then we have a lower high, another lower high, another lower high, another lower high. We just can't really go above this point here. So let's see if we can just make this another lower high, come down, and probably we're going to have a series of lower highs all the way down. So anyways, it's not nice to see. Altcoins are suffering just a little bit, although my bags are up for the day, so that's okay. But it would benefit me more if this would start crashing to the downside. Now, taking a look at liquidation, guys, pretty much the shorts are getting wrecked because Bitcoin is going up, and it's going up, it went up, what, 3,000, 2,500 today, something like this. So the shorts are really getting wrecked. Now, there has been, in the last 24 hours, $225 million. That's not that much, though. When you start to see like $1 billion or more, that's really big day. So this is, quite tame, I would say, 225 million. So anyways, let's move on here, guys. Now, altcoin season is getting a little bit closer. Last night, I believe it was at a 53. So right now, it actually went up to 59. And right before this video, I refreshed it. It was sitting on a 63 a little bit earlier. So anyways, we have moved down a little. And guys, that is due to this dominance. So yeah, you can see right now it is starting to break this line at the moment. So this still has a couple of hours, still a long way to go. There has already been a couple of rejections here. So let's, hope that that line can hold. If it can, I do believe this will start to work its way up a little bit more. And yeah, fear and greed, guys, 76. Yesterday, 72. So, you know, we have gone up, you know, for what, like a week straight. So yeah, we're going to see more greed. We're going to see, you know, these numbers tick up. And, you know, when we get to 108, 109, 110 on Bitcoin, then probably you're going to see 90s again. Taking a look at the Pi Cycle Top Indicator, guys, pretty much nothing has changed. It is curving up as it has been for quite some time. But who knows, guys, maybe this will curve back down. You know, maybe this will start to curve more up. Who knows, guys? Still got a while, I believe, at least 6 months until it crosses. I don't think we need to worry. So let's move on here. Now, crypto bubbles, guys. Pretty much it is green for the most part. We do have a few reds here and there, but for the most part, it's starting to look better across the board. Now, if you want to stake your coins, guys, for example, your Bitcoin, go to Coinondo, do a search, you know, and you can even type in what you have here. It'll show you how much you could earn a day. Be aware of the times that you have to lock it up, or the limits as well, how much you can stake. You don't want to get stuck with, you know, staking and, you know, for example, for 6 months or a year, and the bull run ends in 4 months, you know, so you could get stuck in a position, not be able to get out, and lose money, you know. So me personally, I'm looking for a flexible maximum 30 days. Now I did go 60 on my BNB the other day, just for the mega drop, but yeah, I won't do more than that, guys. Anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.